go. So what's your favorite Mario Party minigame?
Probably like it's the type of it has come up a few times, but probably the one that's like Bowser's Big Blast, like the Chance to Die one.
Look, you're a normie.
Okay.
And that's fine. It's just everyone says Bowser's Big Blast. Come on now.
Fun.
And they reskinned it like 50
know
times.
what everyone cares.
Wow.
I don't care what everyone. I don't know what everyone thinks about Mario Party minigames. I don't really
Wow.
care either. I'm sorry.
Straight up.
But it's true.
What about the rope cutting one in Mario Party 8?
I didn't play Mario
It's
Party
like
8.
better than Bowser's Big Blast because it's the same thing with more options and more risque.
Well, then it's probably the best version.
And daring. And you use scissors, which is the best. Look, the right answer was obviously control stick. That is the best Mario Party minigame, bar none.
I don't remember that one at all.
This is the one where you use both control sticks to point. Like, the game shows you two directions, and you have to synchronize both of the control sticks.
Okay.
And it goes really fast. Like, eventually you only have one frame to actually respond to it.
Jeez.
And I'm gonna get to that point one day. Get ready, because there are gonna be control stick practice streams in the future. Once I don't have to play video games anymore. I'm gonna become the TAS.
You will become a human task.
I'm gonna start making it.
Ah, fuck it. Yeah, I was like, I can get around this horde and then the missiles descending. It's like, well.
Got him. I hope that doesn't. Okay, cool. The missiles didn't actually land. How about that?
Cheers. Shot Pro.
I mean, we're stuck with the sniper, but at least it's the E-leader. Speaking of sniper.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Wow, what the hell was that?
Tiny things, I killed them usually.
What was that other than fucking stupid?
I resent this video games this evening.
Oh, I didn't even pick anything up. It's over.
You kinda died, to be fair.
No, I don't know if I tried to pick up an egg but someone else got it, or if I just thought there was an egg that I picked up. But I was under the impression that that was the thing.
What the fuck? That wasn't actually the moss that got me, that was the missiles.
You see the egg that just went into the Mary Poppins and then faded out? It was like, you know how going through the event horizon of a black hole turns you red?
Oh yeah, that's a very common experience. I know what that's like.
Yeah, it was like the egg went through the...
It happened to me just this morning, actually.
The egg went through the event horizon of the Mary Poppins, but turned yellow instead. Everything's going to hell right now.
So business as usual, then.
Hilarious.
I almost got back up and got an RA again, but the fucking win.
Comedy gold. So what's this EA business? I've been seeing people tweet about it. I don't know the full story.
You all know, you want like the whole, you know what's been happening with Star Wars Battlefront 2 in general?
The only thing I know is there was a tweet that said they lowered the price, but then also lowered the amount of money you earned.
Yeah, so it is the most gallingly pay-to-win game that any like AAA shooter thing has ever been. Like stupidly, blatantly pay to win. Like you need to pay a good several $100s just to have a chance of getting Darth Vader. Like it puts gacha games to shame. That is how bad it is. And then, so when the backlash came out about this, EA, like it came out hard, fast. Everyone was taking a big piss on it, except for, Games Media shills who cried deeply about how, like, poor little EA needs to make all the money in the world, or it can't like feed its hundreds of
Can I
families.
stop you for a second?
Yeah,
Who's Darth Vader?
we'll get to it. but you fucking did it, man. Yeah, so Battlefront 2 is a piece of shit. It's basically the most blatantly pay-to-win game ever, and it also has like a full price tag, and then a season pass and DLC and everything else on top of it. So it's like just completely terrible. It's 111. It's you. Okay, cool. Sorry, just did. And so yeah, that happened, and EA's been getting completely fucked up by anyone with any sort of sense for the past several days. And so then the thing happened where like, okay, we're reducing this by 75%. They said we're going to reduce the cost by 75% for like getting unlocks, getting heroes and all that. But they didn't tell anyone, at least not publicly, they didn't tell anyone they also reduced how much you earned. So it didn't change anything. Like, how much you earned has also been cut by 75%, so it still takes like 60 hours to unlock a basic soldier without like paying money.
And when did Star Wars Battlefront 2 come out?
Like recently, like last week.
Oh, okay, so
This week, last week. It's all coming out now because this just happened.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say, like, I thought that the game's been out for like 2 months at least, and then like people have been complaining long enough that they finally did it, but now.
No, this is like immediate. The backlash is that big, not terrible. Like some EA shill for the company put up a defense post saying, "Oh, this is actually really good and it's all optional." The usual complete and total lies, and it's like the most downvoted post on Reddit by like several 100,000. And then like a tweet caught traction, especially with Games Media types on Twitter. I say Games Media types, I mean people who usually get really uppity and cry a lot whenever you say, maybe I shouldn't have to pay lots of extra money to get content in the game I already bought.
Yeah.
So when they began retweeting this tweet from an account that claimed to be an EA dev, I say claimed because he was verified and all, and he's like, he's been alive for like as an account, it's been alive for like 5 years, and then tweeting about EA solely for 5 years, and then I think it was Kotaku who actually decided to doubt this and look into it and say, okay, that doesn't seem right. Turns out it's not a real person. This is an account that has been a fake developer account, presumably run by EA for several years. That the thing is being stolen.
Ah.
He's got away with too, so have to be careful. So yeah, basically this account that posted a tweet saying, "We've gotten lots of complaints about things, and that's all perfectly fine. That's good. That shows our community is active and alive. But I've also gotten death threats, and that's very mean and bad." I like that. And then of course the idea is like everyone again saying death threats are bad. You can't talk about this without talking about the death threats. They're bad. They're really bad. You're not allowed to say anything without talking about the death threats. Because, that's what the versionary tactics are. And let's try out this thing, right?
Wait, you had it? This is...
Yeah, I was dead for most of the mothership's first appearance, so... I had the finger roller and keep forgetting about that fucking jump attack. The wall isn't done.
Well, that wall isn't.
Yeah, so... This tweet, the account that tweeted this diversionary, "Oh, but I'm getting death threats for this post," isn't a real person. This person doesn't exist. They're not employed by EA. Well, at least not under that name. And, they don't exist. They don't exist anywhere. it's a completely fake account of a fake developer. It's been going for 5 years and been tweeting and shilling and defending EA for every one of EA's controversies. And they're usually saying stuff like, "Oh, I'm being harassed," or "I'm being like I've gotten death threats for this." Whenever EA, the hype of someone's taking the piss out of EA happens, and basically now, EA have like no fucking shame. Essentially, like they didn't before, but now it's blatantly clear there's not even a tiny bit of shame or decency in that company. Like everyone on top of it, like the people who run it and decide things, are just actual machines, like faceless, soulless machines that do not care how people work or live or anything. Like it's actually cartoon levels of evil. Like this is almost feels like it's an Always Sunny plot. With how this fucking stupid and ridiculous it is. Like we just run a fake developer account for 5 years to defend us whenever we do bad things. And it's now leading to the question of like, okay, how many others are there? Like how many of the people who defend EA and get all uppy about microtransactions saying these are actually really good and nice? How many of these are real people? How many of them are just fucking robots run by the
Wow,
companies?
okay, you can't say that.
Yeah, you can.
Robots are people, man.
It's true. Okay, like soulless husks. How many of these soulless husks are just like machinations run by like, oh for fuck's sake. God, that bleeding. And now the cat's meowing even though he's asleep in the room. He's just gotten annoyed and walked out and screaming for attention now. Yeah, basically it's really fucked up in a number of ways. Because one, like, there's basically anytime someone like now tweets positively about a time a company does a bad thing, you can fairly reliably say this isn't a real person, it's just like an actual corporate machine show. Like, two, it really massively, like, it basically like takes like away a load of legitimacy from like actual death threat problems and shit that developers face.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Like, and EA's done this before, because back when Mass Effect 3 was being really shit on, they claimed that anyone who didn't like it was just homophobic and didn't like the fact that it had gay romance options. You couldn't possibly dislike it for any other reason, like it's forced in multiplayer, it's microtransactions, the fact that it wasn't finished, the fact that they lied in the advertising, you know, all that. No, it's just the fact that you hate gay people, nothing else. They did it again, that exact same excuse that was that, oh, people just hate gay people and not us because we love gay people, whenever they got worst company in America twice in a year. Not twice in a year, twice in a row, like 2 years in a row.
Twice in a year, that would be so good.
Yeah, no, that would be fucking funny.
But
no, like, whenever... Fucking hell, that's a lot of mods. I hate mods so much. I don't know, it's taking a lot of mods, though. Whoever's the blaster, could you please shoot that sniper?
Ain't me.
No, I'm dead. But yeah, like EA's done this deflection shit before, like loads of times, diversionary tactics. Now it's blatantly clear that anytime an EA dev claims, oh, we're getting death threats, they might not even be a real person. They might just be someone. There might just be someone on social media saying that to try and divert attention to the fact that they're doing awful things again. And, you know, the question then becomes, like, how many other companies do this? Like, clearly, I wouldn't put it past, say, Ubisoft and Activision to do the exact same shit.
Or Nintendo.
Or Nintendo.
I received death threats about my motion controls. Someone named Christmas95 worded it very vividly.
So, yeah. In essence, it's a real massive shit show. And while we've known EA's done this sort of thing before, it's never been this galling, this blatant, or something that's been this long running. Like, this account has been running for 5 years. Like, it has 5,000 followers, but it's not a real person. It's just a fake, like a ghost in the machine, like a fake developer that's been made up by EA to defend EA.
EA's OC.
Exactly. And it's like, so... how many others are doing this? Like, how many other accounts are there? And now, like, anytime a developer's like, oh, I'm getting death threats for this thing at a time when something's happening, or just in general, people can now just say, well, you're just faking it. Because, you know, EA has actually fucking faked it. There's a precedent. There was a gallingly big precedent for this, and it's like, I
mean, I feel like for that, though, it's, like, kind of easy to show evidence. as well.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, though. This is it's gonna make me sound as much of a horrible cunt as
You mean,
EA,
like, it
but
could be fabricated?
yeah, like this is the thing with like a lot of whenever I see someone going like, "Lord, getting death threats for this thing," most of the time they don't post it and they go immediately say, "Oh, I can't post it because of legal reasons." And my answer to that usually is, "There isn't any, is there?"
Yeah, see, I don't really think that's a thing.
Yeah, like I've seen lots of people do this. Usually, like either devs or tech industry people go out who've done something incredibly stupid, like really dumb, at the exact same time.
That would be
Funnily
true.
enough, and it's kind of like whenever that happens, I already have the doubt. It's like unless they posted like demonstrable, like oh yeah, here's someone doing it. Then like at that point, it's like well yeah, clearly someone's doing it then. But before, if they immediately like bring out the thing where like, oh, I can't show you because of legal reasons, because I have to gather it for legal reasons, like, I don't believe you for a second, like not at all. Like you're talking shit. And again, it's not when someone just says it out of the blue, like, oh no, I'm getting this, like that's fine, whatever. Like, well, it's not fine. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's someone actually getting like harassed and shit like that. When it's usually whenever someone's also at the same time done something incredibly fucking stupid. That's usually what makes me suspicious of it. Like I kind of go like I can't trust that at all. Like you've just recently done something very stupid. Like I remember there was that Microsoft guy who basically said all poor people are terrible because if you don't live in a city with like perfect Wi-Fi all the time, that you're filth and shouldn't buy our products. And then he immediately began going, well, I'm getting death threats for this. It's so unfair. It's kind of like mate, come on now. Like actually, come on now.
Some things are deserved.
Yeah, basically. But even now, like he also didn't actually like show. Like I didn't doubt he particularly would have got some because of the shit he said was fucking terrible. I wouldn't doubt he got some. But the fact that he was also the one who was like, I can't show you any of this. I'm not looking like I can't do it because of legal reasons. It's kind of like they don't exist, do they? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling fibs.
I mean, I don't even think that makes sense. Like, what
anything
what
to make
legal
people
rights?
feel sorry.
What legal rights
I
do
don't, from a,
people
like,
have that are, you know, telling people to kill themselves publicly on the internet or something?
Yeah, I know. Like it's the sort of thing. Like there's no. Like, I think like the excuse might be, oh, we can't like oh, like we have to collate the evidence and we'll taint the evidence by showing it publicly. But like that's not how police investigations work. Like it's not.
Wait, I don't know how it works. You're allowed to just take everything.
You don't even take things. Like you just pick it up, look at it, go and then just leave it there. And then you just cite a drawing of it in your notebook, and then that's fine.
Hyper-realistic drawing.
He's a really talented artist, that Cole.
No, but you pick it up, and then you spin it around for 10 minutes, and then you put it back down. That part's very important.
That poor fool. Very.
I mean, why is that individual out there?
I don't know. He kind of like went down and kind of got like shoved and chased out there, I guess.
I'm gonna be humanity's last hope up here.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Cause we're all down here being fucking greedy as hell.
Ah, here it goes. Here's how it happens.
Here it goes.
Oh great, they're going for me now. Wait, were all three of you actually dead?
I wasn't dead. I was still going. I had a roll.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you were still going.
Oh, I was. I just go walk through the horde. Like it wasn't hard. So yeah, basically, it's a massive shit show. Like it just shows the sheer depths EA will go. Like they have no shame. They don't care. Like they will do fucking anything, exploit anyone and anything for even the slightest, tiniest of benefits. Like they don't even give a shit. Like they have no qualms and no problem with doing anything, just to like benefit themselves in even the smallest and stupidest ways. So yeah, that's the EA thing.
Well, there we go. Two facets of it.
So, just in future, if you see someone who's got like a blue tick mark and say, I'm in the games industry, or I really like playing video games, or I do games here thing, just immediately be suspicious of them.
Did you say?
Especially if
the telemarketer
like given. No, like if someone like has like a tech, like someone on Twitter who has like a tech mark and they say, "Oh, I'm like a games media person or whatever," says like this or that, just immediately suspect them, just instantly. Suspect them always like anything they have to say, anything they do, just instantly, always. Especially if they are like a man and have a beard and are white, and also say they respect women.
Oh,
in which
okay.
case they just immediately, like instantly. That's another thing that's been going on, but we probably shouldn't get into that one.
I tried.
Wow, this is going to shit immediately.
Oh wait, it's wave 3. Here, boop me up.
I can't. I don't know what's happening.
I think I'm alive.
I got 2 people up somehow. I don't know how it happened.
I mean, it worked. Whatever.
I did a splash down and I think I revived 2 people. But I couldn't tell where I was anymore. At some point I died.
I think you only revived 1 person, because it didn't revive me, but then like a second later I was revived despite being surrounded by a snake and taxis. So I don't know how that happened, but it worked. Like I was farther away from everyone and I got revived before the dead person who was in front of me, so who knows?
Who knows? What else has been going on?
Odyssey.
Well,
One's Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, you of all people should know. Frankly.
Fit it in.
Hi.
Although I've been doing free running. Not like you learn the Cappy tech, and it's over. Like your world changes. Once you learn that you can shake the controller to make Cappy go like twice as far in any direction you want, it's over. He can pick up the flowers more easily. He can capture things more easily. It's great. So
I have to learn that. I have to learn like even the routes and shit.
I have a ton of
it's finding
to
time.
improve.
I have a ton of time to actually, have. I don't. I've only done like 3. I also do intend to like get to 500.
503.
Moons. Man.
What?
Oh, is there something for 503 or? Oh, is it a multi-note?
Yeah, 503 is the category.
Okay.
Kind of like how 253 is the category for one you did recently.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking any for like, of course I don't have time.
Are you actually want to try?
Like, I'm thinking it's definitely possible. Cause
it seems possible.
It looks easy to learn, and it only looks as hard as the stuff I've been doing in free running.
And you've been doing that for a while.
The thing about speedruns they're very big in scope, so they're a lot more lenient for mistakes. Especially if you aren't, a speedrunner, like just doing it.
Yeah, it's like time lost in one spot can be made up later or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you aren't gonna beat yourself up if your PB is like 40 minutes behind the world record.
Because that's just what happens. There's always like one fucking mutant.
As opposed to people who are like, up in the top 50 or whatever, where it all counts.
Right.
One thing that's really scary is, that one fight near the end that I hate a lot?
Yes.
I want to spoil it. So, I'll just say there's an exploit about it where you don't have to actually, return to your default spot after you hit them.
Oh, okay.
So you can just constantly stay on them. But the problem is it's really tough, as you can imagine. So
I would imagine, yeah.
That's like the run killer, and it's at the very end. And it's
that's usually the way, honestly.
And there's a huge skip in the last world. You can imagine what it skips. But there's a huge skip there too, but that doesn't seem as bad. So
that seems that seems fairly reasonable if I think about it. There must be like some combination of geometry and jumping you can do.
Yeah, it's like wall kicks and stuff.
Yeah. That seems quite feasible to have, honestly.
But there are runners who like are nervous about it, so that makes me kind of nervous.
I mean, there's runners who are nervous with fucking everything. I've seen runners like for Super Metroid who are nervous about the mock ball, and I can just fucking kick that out easily.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's basically a move where you.
Oh.
It's a move where you like conserve your as long as there's a run button, you be able to run like a full tilt, full speed.
Run button.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. It's a button that makes you run.
Wow.
But it basically the mock ball. The mock ball is basically a way of like conserving like your run speed into the morph ball, which is used for one specific room in particular, like an infamous breaking bridge that like breaks as you run over it. You're meant to have a certain item that lets you get across it fast enough. But with the mock ball, you can do it the first time you get there and get a pack of super missiles. Jesus. Get a pack of super missiles, like without actually fighting the boss who like unlocks super missiles for you, so you have them already and can just skip that boss entirely.
I see.
No, that's in like the second area of Super Metroid. I don't. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I slipped off the thing. Please assist. Thank you.
Ah, it's this shit again.
Yeah, figured. Are you doing the roller thing?
Kind of.
Is it working?
Yeah, it works with any roller, not just the dynamo roller. The thing is, the dynamo roller kills the goldies too, so.
Okay.
That's why it was shown off.
They're chasing me, so I can't get those.
Oh!
Join me in this watery grave. There's a bunch of eggs there, but we can't get to actually maybe we can.
Like, why use your hyper when I'm using mine?
I didn't know you were using it.
Are you the jump man?
The splash down, yeah.
I mean, you can hear it, right?
You're kind of like not paying attention, honestly.
Wow. I worked so hard for this team. I had nothing in return.
While alive at the end. Look at this thing right now.
Well, I lived until the end. I don't even have a face cam. I don't even know why I was doing that.
You had one on,
No.
or?
I don't, which is why I'm like, why am I making that face of disapproval? When it's not going to be conveyed at all.
Put the face cam on just to make the face.
I don't even know where that webcam is.
You should put it on like you're using wacko controls and all.
Oh yeah, really? It's like subtle, but also taxing. Oh, you know what? Speaking of, the one thing that doesn't require wacko controls fucking sucks. Fucking seal ball. I hate it.
Oh yeah.
I hate it. I spent 50 minutes last night
fucking
trying to
terrible,
optimize it. It's like you can know how to optimize it too, but like actually executing it is so stupid. Sometimes the stupid thing doesn't bound. Sometimes the stuff fuck you.
Yeah.
Sometimes the stupid thing doesn't like doesn't land
Sometimes
where
there
it
seems
should.
to be like an upper limit on like how many times you can bind in a row before he just stops, and sometimes it just doesn't seem to be there. Like it seems like depending on like the terrain or whatever, it will just like sometimes you can only bind like 3 times in a row before it'll stop you.
Yeah, it's weird. You always expect like when you bound on a part of a ramp, they won't roll up it, but they roll up it, So like if you want to bound at a different part of the ramp, then you can't just wait for it because it just won't work. And that's what frustrated me the most. You like had to be kind of perfect. In fact, for the second one, I found out that you can like you just go through the snow for 2 turns, and that's faster. So
Yeah.
I feel like I can at least improve my time on that really easily as a result.
I'm gonna say you can have that one. I don't want to play that again, also.
I mean, I think it's worth a shot at least for 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
It's
10
more than
minutes.
one shot.
Well, like one shot at attempting the thing instead of like repeatedly attempting it. You know.
Yeah, okay. I'm out of one fighting the steel head. I'm dead. Penises.
What? I even waited.
Yo! Double steel head kill with a flamethrower.
We're just going around in circles.
Why is he using the stingray?
Oh, good.
Great.
Oh, good.
High tide. So we're down 1 stingray. I hope we don't fucking need that.
I mean, not like they were gonna use it for anything other than the mothership if they know in the first place.
If that, yeah. Harold just leapt into the fucking water after that snake for some reason.
Is that the person who used the stingray?
Yeah.
Well, what did I tell you? Off the hook fucking sucks. I bet a Maria player wanted to do that. Or Maria.
Maria.
I have a Cuphead on mine.
Oh yeah, that's something I had to play at some point. I'm finally done with Odyssey.
Wow, I can't believe that happened. Because I'm like, no one else is gonna kill that flying fucker. Wow.
I tried to escape it and then, oh no, the chums touched me and my legs just ceased to work.
Almost cinematic, the moss killed like 3 people.
I hate
You should know
get
how,
the ink back.
You should know.
Get the ink back.
You should know how blasters work more than anyone.
It's almost like I have a thing that makes me have more ink normally.
Yeah, but about that other sniper though?
I don't know what it is.
Alright, look around.
Okay, well, it's found me, so there you go.
Oh, I forgot I'm the sniper. I can't be doing that.
You are the sniper. I'm dead.
I can't be doing that. Oh, that works.
Alright, thank you.
That was only wave 2. 2.
Great. We got lifted away before the grenade hit us.
It looked like it was gonna hit though.
It was about to get both of us, but then, you know, the jump happened.
You know, you have to wonder,
Yeah.
if Mr. Grizz
Yeah.
can make everyone jump to the middle, and that revives you. Why doesn't he just do that for everyone who's dead?
I don't know. Ultra capitalist one. It costs X amount of resources to do that, and it's only worth it doing it 3 times at most.
Why would he do it?
Otherwise,
Why would he do it at the
profitability
end of the
margins.
wave when there are no fish and we could just walk there ourselves very easily?
To reset us for the next wave.
Well, what purpose does that serve?
I don't know. Please, someone assist. I can't, like, fathom the minds of the fucking screaming, like, consumerist horde. I don't know.
This game's flawed.
That's a fucking... Wow, that happened quick.
How was I the last hope there? I was like, you know what? I'll kill the Mary Poppins and let this chum hit me. It probably won't kill me, but as it always does, it always kills in one hit.
It always
so
kills. Yep.
I'm like, you know what?
Well,
I'll just hold that, and then they could just revive me or something. At least I got the Mary Poppins, so it won't rain on everyone. And
I mean, I got missiled the shit, and I have the leader in green ink surrounded by small fry, so...
And then I died. Well, actually, PS4
Before we...
Street finally arrived.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing about it being detained or whatever. What's the word?
Yep.
Yeah, that was just, that.
Retention.
Yeah, retained.
Retain.
It wasn't retained at customs like I thought because it had 3 separate points in the United States where it was delivered. We just missed the thing, and the packing slip apparently left. So
Amazing.
I actually looked up the tracking number just to see.
That's fucking incredible.
Like just to see if it was actually at customs or if it was at my local post office because I was gonna pick it up while I was getting my haircut. But I saw that I could just reschedule the delivery. Oh, it's over. I could just reschedule the delivery, so I did that for today and hope to God that they wouldn't come around noon like they sometimes do. And there we go. It actually all worked out.
Hey.
But the thing is, like, I don't think I'll be able to play it anytime soon.
Why is that?
Other things that like can be beaten and spoiled. And also, PS Fortune Street's gonna take a lot of work as well.
Yeah, because it's entirely Japanese. Yeah. I assume I'm gonna get my fucking translator chops on here or some shit. No worries.
It's like
It's good for me because I want to get back on the saddle learning my Japanese, and that's like there's no finer way of doing it than trying to read fucking games. Like, one of the general bits of advice I've seen is just import a fucking Pokemon game and play it in hiragana. Like, off you go. Like, you'll have it reading done in no time. I'm tempted to do that, but reach them off.
Alright,
so maybe when it hits Switch. Yeah, when it hits Switch, maybe. Like, I'll import from Japan, play it in hiragana at some point. Unless they include text options on all versions. Which they've been getting better about.
Do you know that simplified Chinese is the fastest language in Super Mario Odyssey?
I do, because you told me this last time.
Just making sure you know. Really, it's kind of a meme in one of the runners' chats I'm in. He's like, it was only tested once. This guy could be lying. We don't actually know if it's faster.
I only asked it when you're giving me like translator shit to do. You don't do it while it's like on the stream or something, and I have to like. There's like 10 million other things going on at once, and people and everything.
The thing about PS Fortune Street is I want to have all of the chance cards translated in a little document, and there are like 120 of them. And the problem is you have to actually get them to see them, I think. Unless this game does it a bit differently. And that's not even counting all the menus and shit. Like, obviously I'm not going to be reading the flavor text. I didn't even do that in English, even though it's really good. But, like, it's going to be work. But once it's all settled, like PPQ, it'll all be natural.
Yeah.
Well, that was close. So my question that I still haven't resolved is, am I going to play as Yuna, or am I going to play as the fat shopkeeper guy, I think, from Dragon Quest? Because the fat shopkeeper guy resonates with me more, but Yuna is cute, so...
In my eyes, cute always wins, unless there's like a helmet, in which case he wins.
And the best thing about any Final Fantasy to exist, probably.
No, that's not true. She's from the worst one. Not the worst. She's from one of the worst ones. I forgot, like 13. I forgot 13 existed there for a moment. But forgive me, I don't like to remember that game.
You complained about that one a lot.
It's really bad. And 10 is basically Proto 13. Same director, like all the same problems. Just not as bad.
Fuck. But it has the memes.
I mean, I wouldn't consider that a good
It has the real fur coat lady. Even if they're in like the desert. Like doesn't that get hot?
I mean, considering she also has like her chest bird at all times, and there's like an Arctic mountain.
Right, that too.
I don't think she cares.
And then just like the belts.
No, that's just the Nomura thing. I forgive him for that.
Just like, no, but they're like so loose, they aren't even attached to anything.
They're there for fashion's sake. The best thing in all Final Fantasy is Vivi. Oh, it's low tide. Fuck me.
I only know that character maybe from depressing Brental Flock song, so I'm gonna assume that that's how the mood is set in the game.
A lot of things for Vivi are sad, even though it's like one of the happiest Final Fantasies.
I thought the happiest Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 15.
No, Final Fantasy 5 is the happiest one, I think.
Apparently Final Fantasy 15 has a shit ending, but I'm still gonna play it.
I don't think it has a shit ending.
Is that like
I think people.
Consensus?
I think people who say that, no, I don't think it is. If it is, then people are just wrong. They're saying, oh, it's bad because of this. I know why they would say, oh, this is bad, but it's not bad because like, oh, it's bad quality. Well, it's bad because it's something that happened, and it's not. I don't think it's actually bad for that.
Does Yuna die?
No, you don't. Tidus dies. And that's not a bad ending either, because that's the best thing that happened in that entire fucking year.
I don't know. The current Final Fantasy 15 ending is like the main character getting in Tekken 7. Like, isn't that pretty good?
Yeah. I fucking love that. Like, unironically adore that.
But like that, we all know that's not the true ending. He's gonna be back in something else. A car ad, perhaps.
Probably.
But you know what? How haven't they been in a car ad yet? If they haven't.
I don't think they have. Meanwhile, like fucking Lightning from Final Fantasy 13 has like a fucking French fashion line, like a Parisian designer fashion line ad. Like, how about you piss off?
Well, I thought Lightning was just written poorly. Isn't the design alright or something?
Her design is alright and the concept is alright. She is just written badly. Like, pretty badly.
I'm not bad. I'm just written badly.
That's basically it. She even has like moments of like good in both 13.1 and Lightning Returns. And it's kind of like, if this was in better hands, she could actually been a really good character.
Actually, you know what? Maybe Final Fantasy X is the worst. How do you pronounce the main character's name?
Tidus?
Okay. Now, what if I told you you were wrong?
You're gonna call it Tidus, aren't you?
Look, I agree. It should be Tidus. He's in this he's in this water sport thing. You know, it sounds better even. Like Tide. No, apparently it's Tidus. Who decided that? It's like with an I, not an E.
I'm gonna guess Motomo Toriyama decided that, like all things about his games. Like all things about his games, he's terrible.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. It makes me so mad every time it comes up. Oh, I can't believe that made it in.
Talking about a game like directed by the man who announced Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns by unveiling a painting he made, like an actual painting he made of Lightning naked in a bed.
Well, I don't think you have any room to talk, my friend.
How so?
You know. I'm sure, you know. For a second, I thought you were gonna say for revealing art of this character. I was gonna say like that doesn't sound bad at all, and then you just kept going. I'm like, oh, I get it. But like officially.
Yeah, officially.
Not like you have to pay $5 on Patreon to see it, you know?
Yeah, no, it's not that. No, this is something he made himself and used to officially announce the game. It was like, see, this is my wife who I love her.
But like, is it bad? Is it really that bad?
It was actually a kind of a bad.
Oh shit! it was that kind of anime design, that wasn't it? Uh-oh.
It wasn't. Basically, it's not like. It's basically more the context it was in, and like.
In poor taste.
Yeah, especially since she was like, she basically was a non-entity in 2.
2?
And yeah, Final Fantasy 13 too.
Oh, yeah, that shit. How did they write that one on the title? Like, inform me of that.
It was 13 as a Roman numeral, and then 2 is a regular
number. Even better!
Just like 10-2, which does the exact same thing.
Literally can't just... We don't talk about 10-2 because that made Yuna terrible. That's like the most cardinal sin of all. But like, if you're gonna stick with the shitty Roman numeral crap, then stick with it, you know? Don't go back to the better numbers. You can't do that. You can't sully the number 2 like that.
Oh, I would point out the games were directed by the same... Both of these were like... the same man directed, the same man like basically created these. Because Final Fantasy directors have actually insane amount of control over the project they put in charge of. To a degree, I actually find it respectable, especially from a company like Square Enix and some of their business practices. See them like actually having like artistic integrity and shit like that is actually surprisingly impressive.
I was gonna say, like, don't directors, like, aren't they supposed to be that?
Yeah, they're meant to like, you know, direct the project. They're meant to like, here's what we do, here's the idea, here's the goal, and all that. But in games, that rarely matters, especially Western games, where the director might as well just, you know, not exist, because like all the actual commands come from up high, and the people who say, well, the 12-year-old demographic prefers this, so you know, hands are tied, get fucked.
Well, the demographic prefers Toad.
Yeah, basically exactly that. No demographic prefers Toad though.
Did you see that thing I retweeted? The Toad's mushroom is a hat or a part of his head debacle.
I saw the article, I didn't read it.
What the heck? Why didn't you read it? It's very important.
Because when I saw it, I was on the bus on the way home and on my phone, and I was like, I can't read this because the site will probably shit itself and die.
I was gonna ask you which side you're on. Well, okay, without reading it, what side are you on?
It's a hat.
You're a hatter.
Yeah.
All right, I think I agree. Because
Okay.
ultimately they say head, part of the head,
Yeah.
and usually like their thing is like, well, most of the hat things are from the TV shows, which don't really count.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they like Odyssey has Toad referencing, or like, you know, with the headphones and stuff. And I think that like swayed them a lot. Because in the article they say, you know, hat seemed all but assured, but then Odyssey came by. But I'm still not convinced that Odyssey proves that they're part of the head instead of a hat.
I mean, he doesn't have, like, his ears are below the mushroom on him.
Well, we don't know this. He only had ears in the cartoon.
That's okay. I still love how much those old batshit cartoons made by a company that barely knew what it was making cartoons about are like actually used and curved and referenced about by lunatics as canon things to consider.
I mean, the thing is, it's like in that Mario Party Top 100, the game that released just, you know, like a couple days ago and doesn't have online in the year 2017.
Unless you're in Europe, in which case it's still not out.
Well, I mean, but that only matters for games that matter, right?
I mean, it's the principle of the thing. Like, there's no reason for this to be a split release. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Either way, in that, Toad says, "I tip my hat off to you," but no one wants to see that. Like, doesn't that tongue-in-cheek imply that his head is a hat?
Yes.
And I think that's the most stunning evidence of all, because Odyssey doesn't, you know, say anything like that. All we have are, you know, pictures of someone who drew realistic ears on Toad's head, where the headphones are. You know, no one wants to see that. So I don't know. I still think it's a hat.
I think it's a hat.
But there's also like he's supposed to be a mushroom person.
Also, let's be frank. Do you really think Nintendo would do anything that potentially horrifying? Like, nah. The Miyamoto has to get off of this. Like, you can't do that.
So the other thing they said that like just doesn't hold any water to me is like Toads are wearing hats in Odyssey, and I'm like,
yep.
Yeah, you can wear two hats, and it's like, oh well, even like there's a Cappy person on him, and Cappy people can't possess people who are wearing hats. But like the Cappy person wasn't possessing Toad.
That's how you know he's
resting
there.
on his head. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just don't think the head arguments hold water.
It's the same way how Cappy isn't possessing Mario. He's just sitting there.
Well, remember the memes where it's like, what if we were never playing as Mario this entire time? What if it was always just Cappy?
Explain why Mario is like happy and has more personality. It's not actually him. He's not his like depressed corporate self.
Look, I hate Mario having more personality in this game. And you might be like, why? because I like to wear.
Like I just
I
was.
like to wear the parka, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, Mario has an "I'm hot" animation
Yeah.
that he gets everywhere, and that interrupts his sleeping animation, which he always had when he didn't have personality.
I mean, fuck me. I hate that. Who is this fucking flying thing? And why isn't it dead yet?
Okay, I'm back. But, like,
Nothing bad.
his personality is depriving me of this comfy sleeping animation in all but one kingdom. I don't like it.
Just take the park off.
What? Are you kidding me?
Man.
It replaces it with what? A Santa outfit? Fun and joke.
Anything though? Something else that happened recently. Fire Emblem Heroes. I haven't actually watched that like stream broadcast or whatever it is, so I don't really know what it came out with beyond Ice Princess.
This is the first time I watched one of them, and I don't like how the owl sounds like a Danganronpa character.
I haven't actually watched any of them. I just catch up later because they're always on in like the dead of night for me.
Look, you should just like watch the VOD for a little bit because the owl narrates all of it. And it's like
That's interesting.
it's like okay. I don't like the voice. The news, sure, I'll take it. I'm just more about the quality of life changes because it was exciting to see PBQ do that, and then see Fire Emblem Heroes do that is like.
Can you list off what they are? Or anything? Because
You get 100 more hero slots.
sweet. That's really nice.
Stamina, all missions cap out at a stamina cost of 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's something.
Holy shit.
There are like 2 or 3 other things that I forget, but things like that, you know? Things that aren't necessarily,
Yeah.
you know, a new character or a new feature. Like,
I saw actually talking something about upgraded staves and healer changes.
yeah, healer changes too. I think they're still going to be shit just because of how the game works, but
Well, can you tell me what the healer changes are?
just they heal more and do more damage.
That sounds good to me. That will probably make Jenny an actual monster.
See, that's what I was thinking. I think Jenny's the only one who can actually be viable as a result of this.
No, like there's quite a few. Like for instance, like Sakura actually has very good all-round stats, so you could probably benefit quite a bit.
Well,
Maria is actually already like stupidly fast. She just can't use it much because she's a healer.
but it's like there are characters that
So,
specialize in attacking.
Yeah, but like it's the thing. It's the sort of thing of you can also have someone who has the utility of restoring health, especially
Like-
when there's loads of health-based skills like Vantage and Desperation or
Why would I want that when
Wary Fighter.
when I have someone who has the utility of having you attack twice?
I mean, healers can do that. Maria can do that. She's that fucking fast.
No, I
Can't
mean
do much 'cause
like have 2 turns. Dancers essentially. It's like I feel like
I mean, for one, dancers themselves often can't deal a lot of damage, and if your main damage dealers die, it's like
well, that's not the point. The point is I want my Nino to do 2 attacks, and I can, you know, like that kind of thing. It's like I feel like if there were only if there were more than 4 character slots, it would be perfectly fine. But I feel like it's like a Pokemon thing. What's it called? Like 4 move syndrome or something?
yeah.
There are just too many better options.
The thing is, like, I feel like it kind of needs to be capped to 4.
Oh yeah,
because
no,
you can
no,
add like more
the
options.
screen's too small and stuff. I'm just saying, like,
It's not even just that. Like, from balance perspective, like it would get completely fucked if you got to include 5 units. Like, it's already built around having teams of
well,
4.
right. I'm saying if it was built around 5 from the beginning,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you know, the healers would be better off, I think. I mean, because I want the healers to work. Like, they're the best character designs, I think. So,
It's this kind of thing of like, you know, when Sakura Man exists, I don't think we can easily say like all healers suck or anything.
well, that's like saying, oh, the world record holder for this exists.
Yeah,
It's like, you know, not everybody can be that individual.
yeah, but it's not like only one person can be that individual. Like the potential is there.
Yeah, the potential is there.
You have to know. It's the sort of thing you have to know what you're doing. Or if you're like me, you just apparently exist and keep trying to get a different unit. A fucking 5 of her alone from that Halloween gacha. Just regular her.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh. Yep, there's like 5 rain clouds going on.
Oh, they got someone! Oh!
You've done it, and you also got there's eggs right beside me, so we win. He's done it.
Never doubt the grenades. He's gonna run around.
This is stupid amount of room though.
Oh my god.
3 of us died again in region already. There's just too many things.
Nice. I mentioned in line, the new person who like they in the direct, you know, they have like 5 points or whatever.
Yes.
I didn't know this was the format until yesterday. One of them was the shadow of a new character, and then the one right after that was the reveal of that shadow of the new character. So part of me's like, what's the point? But part of me's like, you know, they're really building this character up. So I'm just having.
Is this the princess? Yeah.
Yeah, she has her own like. It's like book 2. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm assuming it's like.
Story 2 probably.
Yeah, like a whole new story. The first story was some bullshit about this whiny little brat who doesn't have a, like, you know, older brother or something. So this masked dude tries to be her older brother, and I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is, the masked dude actually is her older brother.
Okay, we all could have guessed that. All I know is he looks good without a shirt. Anyways, that's like.
Yeah, that made me fucking cackle the first time I got him to half health, and the shirt just flies off. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, like, given that girl is on the cover of the game, I figured that was just gonna be the plot forever. But apparently, this is like the second story. She's not even there. It's like some snow miser, heat miser shit, and the character that was shown off is the snow miser, and I'm like, okay, so she's like really important. But like that makes me wonder if she's gonna be like, you know, the main characters, like the 3 main characters. You want that?
No,
good?
she's already actually bullshit. Like
for data mining.
From what Aki what Aki tells me, probably. What Aki tells me of her skills, like her main weapons ability, or like her main central skill that's unique to her, is called Ice Mirror. It automatically negates any and all magic damage and turns it back on the person who did it. Like, she auto-reflects magic perfectly. Like, she can't be hurt by magic at all, and also turns magic damage back on its user.
Like, I just want to say, like, but she's gonna be free.
Like, that is...
So, like, all you have to do is beat the first thing in that new story.
Yeah, and she's gonna be free, and she's gonna be completely horseshit.
Like, I'm assuming...
like, she ends magic.
I'm assuming it doesn't start at level 40+, like, these new ones. I'm assuming it, like, kind of resets. So, like, new players can start book 2. Just like they can.
Yeah, it'll probably not like fully reset, but it'll drop down a bit.
So yeah, so it's like she's free, like literally free. So I'm like, why would they just give something like that away? You know? And it seems permanent.
Well, the thing is, I guess to be fair, like the flip side of that is that her stats are like all generally hover around like low 30s.
I don't know what that means.
Like, it basically means like she's decent in everything, but not good in any one particular area.
Okay, see, that's what I didn't want. I want her to be good because that's my brand.
No, she is still gonna be good. Like, you can give her... Why can't I get this person
No,
up?
but I mean, like, really good.
No, like, I mean, like, why can't I get this person up?
EAlmon good.
Okay. I mean, she will probably be really good because Ice Mirror makes her, like, the far and away the best magic counter in the entire game. I have Stingray, by the way.
Okay. I don't know, but it's like, it all comes back to the 4 spaces thing. I don't know if I can give anyone up for her.
Well, see, the problem's kind of a playstyle problem more than anything, because you've gotten fully reliant on double dance.
No, I don't do double dance anymore.
Well, what do you do?
I wailed for horse man who should be armored but isn't.
Oh, I have my kingdom for armored horses.
But, I mean, he's essentially that, isn't he? I don't even know.
Yeah, but he doesn't have...
But... you can use the... No. Alright.
Oh, he's... I didn't know that was here. I mean, we're talking away, I'm a bit distracted, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm dead too. I don't know why I was trying to do it with the roller.
Why is there so many of these?
I use that dude. I use Brave Win, who is too powerful. I use Nino, who is also too powerful, but also kind of obligatory. And a Dancer. It's like, where am I going to put a healer? Where am I going to put Ice Mirror Lady? Brave Win seems like...
It's a situational thing.
Brave Win seems like the only disposable one to me, and that's Brave Win, you know?
I mean, like, as much as good as she is, I only really use her in specific situations and things.
Well, that's because you have armor merch.
Yeah. God,
Oh,
this game is
speaking
so
of, I
hard.
actually because there were no whites, I rolled green and got Henry, so
Yep.
now I have that if I ever want it.
Sweet. I still want one. We didn't get enough eggs, and I don't know where they all were.
Was there only one left? Oh, never mind. Because I would said that would be me.
But I've been trying it occasionally for him because I want armor march. I'm not actually going to use him. I'm just going to give armor march to someone else.
Oh, I see. I was gonna say you already have it, but then that makes sense.
You know, the idea is I want, because armor march like needs to be adjacent. So at the start of a match, with everyone's in like a square formation, one person's left out.
It's essentially.
It also
like,
means everyone has to like stick to the same person.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's essentially like why I did double dance, so I could have two parties split off on either
Whereas
side.
if someone else also has armor march, well, that means they can break off into pairs and then off you go. That also suits because the other person in the pair can have a skill on them, like gold or hone armor or fortify armor.
I don't even know what's so good about the silver person. I'm just going for it.
Silver person?
Like other than Cat Sakura, who it just would be good to have in general.
Oh, you mean Jacob?
I don't know what's so good about him. Everyone's talking about those.
It's because he's also heavy armor. He's heavy armor, but he's an archer, which means he can have brave bow, but he has heavy armor or defensive stats, and also has heavy armor offensive stats. Yeah, like he's slow, but he has if you give him a brave bow, that doesn't matter, and he has like the attack of a fucking truck.
Me, so he can't shoot high, but this hero's one hell of a guy.
It's the thing of like, I used him and like he like in like the infernal difficulty of the Cecilia and Lena Brown Hero battle.
I don't even know.
And he just wrecked. It's the fancy boss fight in the special maps, like where like they put like two boss units together, the two like hero units together as a boss in a pair, and say okay, fight both of them, also a bunch of enemies. And he just walked around killing things. But he's a brave bow. He's got death blow 3. He's basically Effie but with a bow, and that's insane. He can't be. You need to be like really strong to kill him. Essentially, he also hits like a truck, and he has a brave bow, so he's ranged. So only moving one square doesn't matter because he's ranged.
Wow.
If you give him armor march, he's then also an archer who can go through forests with no cost penalty, which makes him insanely suited as like sprinting up and shooting Reinhardt in the face, for instance. Basically, he's extremely insanely good, especially if you're armor team. If you're armor team, that you need him.
Time to wail. XD.
Right.
Except that's every gacha in the entire game.